I'm going to concentrate on 3 tarot trumps. One is backed by the sign Leo, which is under the rulership of the sun. We're also going to talk about Pisces, which is lunar and under moon power. And we're going to talk about the sun itself and where that's placed on in the path working themselves. So here's the thing with the number 8. There's a lot of confusion with tarot as far as it's concerned. Some decks, justice is 8, and some decks, strength is 11, or it's vice versa. This comes from the original Egyptian idea of harmony was that justice should be at number 8. It was part of their worldview. And when this stuff kind of got kicked down to the Jewish people, they felt that they both basically mean the same thing. The paths on the tree of life never changed. The only thing anybody ever did was change the card and the word that depicts that path. So basically they're interchangeable. It just really depends on your view of what that would mean. And that's the interesting difference between Egyptian tarot and regular tarot. So we're talking about Jewish Kabbalah and what is also Hermetic Kabbalah and what is pretty much acknowledged across the board, where we have the strength card at 8 and then justice at 11. So we're going from that standpoint. So the strength card at 8, what this path is the zodiac sign Leo. Okay, it's E sharp. The essence of it is frankincense or olibanum. And Aleister Crowley has this to say, that olibanum, combining the ideas of fire and sun, is preeminently suited for Leo, the cherub of fire, the house of the sun. So in Kabbalah, the key scale 19 is Trump 8, known alternatively as strength or lust in the Crowley deck or in some other spots. But it corresponds to the sign Leo, which is under the rulership of the sun. Its letter is T, color yellow, musical note E sharp. This path symbolizes action, balance of severity and mercy, compassion, compensation, courage, energy, faith, fortitude, initiation, intuition, kundalini, might, moral force, organization, power, profundity, rapture, responsibility, and vigor. Its traditional essence is olibanum or frankincense, which is used to bless, protect, cleanse, and consecrate and to attract success and prosperity. The scent, other oils that come under the rulership of the sun that can be used for blending with olibanum oil is for essences that express strength. Stellar Vision's excellent blend includes cinnamon, olibanum, and nutmeg. Other solar oils include the following: acacia, anglica, azalea bay, chamomile, cassia, eucalyptus, galangal, heliotrope, marigold, passion flower, peony, rosemary, and saffron. Now, I would turn to the Sephiroth 6, which is the sun, but I would really like the class listening to this lecture to actually research that yourself. That's what's important to this educator right here. I'm giving you all the keys, but the sun is the central thing in Kabbalah, and it's very important that you unlock that yourself. As you will see, all of the lessons posted so far at the Dr. Zeero free Magick School in the playlists, and also what is posted thus far, are somewhat like riddles, audio riddles of sorts, but they give you the essence of all the tarot cards and the meanings behind them. And if you cleverly look at what is posted, you start to see it. So I've already given you a portion of the tarot deck. A good teacher takes about 90% of the way, and then the student has to figure out the other 10%. But we here at the Dr. Zeero Free Magick School, we give our students 6.06% of the way there. You go 66.6% of the way to the goal, and you figure out the rest. This is what we demand of our students, is that you're able to go that full 666. Because if not, that's fine. Don't expect to graduate. We want 666, 66.6% students, because they become the future valedictorians of all magic. So, to continue on, I want to speak about Pisces, which is under the moon. And it's the moon essence for Pisces is lily, honeysuckle, and ambergris or violet. Now in Kabbalah, key scale 29, trump 18, the moon, is Pisces, the zodiac. The card, the moon, is not the moon, it is Pisces. It is therefore lunar. Its color is magenta. The letter is Q, and the tone is B. The letter Q is, of course, the Hebrew alphabet. Crowley alluded to this as a malefic path of witchcraft in its lowest sense. Therefore, the violet scent for warding off evil is a useful adjunct to the attribution of ambergris, which was covered extensively under Kether, because when the Kether is the ace and of the bubbles, the number one, the numero uno, and its scent is ambergris, which I've probably never been able to pronounce right, but the stuff that comes from the sperm whale that makes all perfume kick, that's what is considered the number one. It's like the prism of olfactory scent. It's like the crystal that you hold up, and then all the rainbow shines through. It's the ambergris is the thing that you hold up, the pure white see-through thing that all the smells come from. That's how it's seen, at least. So this path relates again, Pisces here. We're at the moon tarot card. This path relates to biorhythms and body consciousness, particularly that governed by the cerebellum. Also in tandem with the Earth's morphogenic field and in tandem with the moon's 13 lunar cycles. It is the realm of instincts and deceptions. Its feelings and qualities include bewilderment, dreaminess, empathy, fluidity, illusion, imagination, intuition, psychism, vacillation, and yearning. On this path, you must face and overcome the phantoms of your own subconscious. Continuing with Pisces, the violet flower absolute comes from Viola odorata, which blooms from February through April. Its leaves are heart-shaped and downy, perhaps suggesting the smoothing over of tensions in love relationships. The stalks arise from a creeping rhizome. The deep purple flowers have 5 sepals at their base and 5 unequal petals. The plant propagates itself by putting out runners. Geographic location. Violet is cultivated for perfume in France, Italy, China, and India. Over 200 species are widely distributed through all temperate zones and many tropical areas. Violet comes from the Latin viola, which is derived from the Greek name Ione. Myth tells us that when Hera became jealous, Zeus changed his lover Io into a white heifer. Violet sprang from the earth for her food. Homer and Virgil wrote about violets. The Greeks alleged that they moderated anger. Later, the Celts used violets for cosmetics, to enhance beauty, glamour magic, and to combat wicked spirits. It was also prescribed for insomnia, and as this path is associated with sleep, it is germane. Napoleon used the violet as the emblem of his imperial party. Scent and appearance. Violet perfumes have ionone or methyl ionone as their base and are further modified or blended. Good synthetics contain at least some absolute. Extraction of flowers is uneconomical and so has become rare, but violet is not an especially popular scent anymore. Absolute is olive greenish, viscous, and has a delicate, sweet floral odor. Even before World War II, violet absolute was over $5,000 per pound. Blending. Synthetic violet goes well with clove bud absolute, mimosa, Boronia, ylang ylang, sandalwood, bergamot, and other synthetics. Stellar Vision's bouquet for quof includes anise, pine, and violet. Now we move on to the sun card. And unlike the moon card, the sun card actually is the sun. It's the little kid on the horse seat, probably, if you have Rider Waite. So it's actually cinnamon, or olibanum, which is also frankincense, basically. So cinnamon, just take a second and think about cinnamon. You know the feeling. Cinnamon and warm sun and happy and little tiny baby, like the little Nirvana kid looking for that dollar bill. He's just riding on a white horse seat. Everything's great. The wall's behind him. It's not built around him yet. No Pink Floyd going on there yet. So that's where we're at right here. So we're at the tarot trump number 19, the sun, right? And it's the tone D. And D is used in heavy metal consistently. It's when you drop, that 6th string down, so that like everything, you just hold on the first 2. Yeah, so almost all the metal bands in the 1990s, most of them were playing drop D. These days, they're mostly playing, C drop to B sharp, if I'm correct. That is kind of a new thing. So think drop D, good old drop D with a Marshall guitar going with the sun. All right, so key scale number 30, the sun, Trump 19. It's solar in nature. The letter is R, color yellow, the tone D natural. It represents the highest level of the human intellect, acting in accord with the body, environment, and consciousness. In some ways, this relates to a spiritualized perspective on sex. The sun expresses brilliance, contentment, creativity, devotion, energy, enlightenment, expansion, love, playfulness, and splendor. So tell that to the next person who criticizes heavy metal that doesn't get what it's all about and is just a big square head. See, while D is the sun, C, the chord of C is Mars. That's why almost the metal bands play in Mars. It has that feeling. And when you drop lower than that, you get heavier. You start to turn into Saturn. You know what I mean? It has to do, yeah, man. Metal is where planetary magic flourishes. And many people don't even understand that. But if you just look for it, if you look at planetary magic, heavy metal, YouTube search, you're going to find tons of bands with all kinds of lyrics and like a 20-minute long songs and crazy jazz drumming and all this stuff. And heavy metal is great, and you should study that as well. So anyway, back to it. Description. Cinnamomum zeylanicum, a member of the laurel family, likes to grow in almost pure sand. It likes constant rain and a consistently hot temperature. Trees grow from 20 to 30 feet high, but when the plants are cultivated, they are pruned into large bushes. Their thick, scabrous bark is the crude material for distillation of cinnamon oil. The strong branches have speckled, greenish, orangey, and leathery leaves and bear small white flowers and panicles. The fruit is an oval berry, like an acorn, which is blue with white spots with ripe. Climate and cultivation procedures affect the quality of the bark. The plant flowers in May and fruits in July. Strip trees die, but new shoots come forth from the stump. As bark dries, it rolls into quills. Cinnamon is cultivated primarily in Ceylon, but also in Malabar, India, Cochin, China, Sumatra, Burma, Indochina, and several Indonesian islands. Cinnamon is native to East India and Indonesia. In Seychelles, cinnamon grows wild in abundance because the talking myna bird, Acrodothyres tristis, loves to eat the cinnamon fruits, and so it seeds new trees constantly. Before cinnamon was cultivated, the Dutch held a monopoly on product harvested from the wild. Cultivation began in 1776 against Dutch opposition. They felt that cultivating the plant would destroy its value. For many years, the bark was not distilled in the countries of origin. Now distillation is done in Ceylon, the Seychelles, India, Indochina, but the oil processed in the United States and Europe is considered superior. The best Ceylon bark oil is steam distilled from the inner bark of small shoots. It is pale to dark yellow, sometimes brownish yellow. This oily liquid is extremely powerful with a diffusive, warm, spicy, sweet, and tenacious odor. The dryness of the dry out contrasts with the sweetness of the top note. Its main constituents, cinnamic aldehyde, eugenol, and acetyl have many specialty uses in perfume. Now, as far as blending goes, a classic base for oriental woody notes, the warm, dry spiciness of cinnamon also goes well with olibanum. Even 1% of this oil in a blend gives it tremendous diffusive power or radiation. High-grade oils may cost between 2 to 2.5 times as much as commercial grade, but they are definitely worth it. Since even fine oil is frequently cut with synthetic adulterants, paying a high price is no proof of receiving the finest oil. Stellar Vision's blend combines cinnamon, olibanum, and galangal for the path Resh, the Jewish letter. So study Resh, and everything will be well. While we still have a little time, class, we're going to move on to talking about something Eliphas Levi, the French magus, spoke of, about how perfumes work with ritual magic on certain days of the week and certain planets and etc. So including not only what we were just talking about, but also everything concerned. I'm going to read off all these fairly quickly and then we'll be done for our lesson, and I will bid you a fond farewell. So I will put it like this. From Transcendental Magick. Transcendental Magick by Eliphas Levi. Magical works are also 7 in number. 1. Works of light and riches, under the auspices of the sun. 2. Works of divination and mystery, under the invocation of the moon. 3. Works of skill, science, and eloquence, under the protection of Mercury. 4. Works of wrath and chastisement, consecrated to Mars. 5. Works of love, favored by Venus. 6. Works of ambition and intrigue, under the influence of Jupiter. 7. Works of malediction and death, under the patronage of Saturn. In order of the days of the week, Eliphas Levi's preparations for the rites follow. For the sun, the magus who intends to undertake the works of light must operate on a Sunday from midnight to 8 in the morning, or from 3 in the afternoon to 10 in the evening. He should wear a purple vestment with tiara and vestments of gold. The altar of perfumes and the tripod of sacred fire must be encircled by wreaths of laurel, heliotrope, and sunflowers. The perfumes are cinnamon, strong incense, frankincense, saffron, and red sandal. The ring must be of gold, with a chrysolith or ruby. The carpet must be of lion skins, the fans of sparrowhawk feathers. Now, for the moon, on Monday, the robe is white, embroidered with silver, and having a triple collar of pearls, crystals, and selenite. The tiara must be covered with yellow silk, emblazoned with silver characters forming the Hebrew monogram of Gabriel, as given in the occult philosophy of Agrippa. The perfumes are white sandal, camphor, amber, aloes, and pulverized seeds of cucumber. The wreaths are a mugwort, moonwort, and yellow ranunculuses. Tapestries, garments, and objects of a black color must be avoided, and no metal except silver should be worn on the person. Now for Mars, on a Tuesday, a day for the operations of vengeance. The color of the vestment should be that of flame, rust, or blood, with belt and bracelets of steel. The tiara must be bound with gold. The wand must not be used, but only the magical dagger and sword. The wreaths must be of absinthe and rue, the ring of steel with an amethyst for precious stones. So you see that Mars is metal as metal gets, dude. Mars is Man-O-War. Mars is so metal, and yet it is rejected by so many of the metal crowd because they don't want to look at the Tree of Life. But this stands for, oh man, thrash and power metal and all these great things. And anyway, getting to the next part. Mercury works on Wednesdays. It's a day favorable for transcendental science. The vestment should be green or shot with various colors. The necklace of pearls and hollow glass beads containing mercury. The perfumes benzoin, mace, and storax. The flowers narcissus, lily, herb mercury, fumitory, or marjoram. The jewel should be the agate. For Jupiter, Thursdays, a day of great religious and political operations. The vestment should be scarlet, and on the forehead should be worn a brass tablet with the character of the spirit of Jupiter and the 3 words Giarar, Bethor, Sam Gabriel. The perfumes are incense, ambergris, balm, grain of paradise, massis, and saffron. The ring must be enriched with an emerald or sapphire. The wreaths and crowns should be oak, poplar, fig, and pomegranate leaves. Now for Venus, on Friday, the day for amorous operations, the vestment should be of sky blue, the hangings of green and rose, the ornaments of polished copper, the grounds of violets, the wreaths of roses, myrtle, and olive. The ring should be enriched with a turquoise. Lapis lazuli and beryl will answer for tiara and clasps. The fans must be of swan's feathers, and the operator must wear upon his breast a copper talisman with the character of Anael and the words Aviva Vada Lilith. Saturn. On Saturday, a day of funeral operations, the vestment must be black or brown, with characters embroidered in orange or black silk. Round the neck must be worn a lamina of lead with the character of Saturn and the words Almalek, Aphiel, Zarahiel. Zarahiel. Sorry. Zarahiel. The perfumes should be Diagridrium, Scamomi, Alum, Sulfur, and Asphodita. The ring should be adorned with an onyx. The garlands should be of ash, cypress, and hellebore. On the onyx of the ring during the hours of Saturn, the double head of Janus should be engraved with the consecrated awl. AWL. So I'm just going to run you through planetary perfumes real quick before I sign off here. Zodiacal blends. For Aries, coriander, pine, basil, cinnamon, tarragon, cardamom. For Taurus, geranium, dill, jasmine, myrtle, patchouli, vanilla. For Gemini, anise, lavender, mace, basil, mastic, and bay. For Cancer, jasmine, aloe, lemon, lavender, orris, nard. For Leo, cinnamon, myrrh, nutmeg, ambergris, olibanum, allspice. For Virgo, mastic, olibanum, lavender, spearmint, fennel, bergamot. For Libra, rose, birch, galbanum, cypress, spearmint, and cedar. For Scorpio, musk, pine, allspice, galangal, ginger, or violet. For Sagittarius, hyssop, dill, clove, aloe, cedar, pine. For Capricorn, cedar, vetiver, wormwood, myrrh, bay, cypress. For Aquarius, myrrh, spearmint, pine, bergamot, cypress, eucalyptus. And for Pisces is violet, patchouli, nutmeg, cedar, anise, and pine. Now the planetary blends real quick. For Saturn, civet, myrrh, patchouli, cypress, vetiver. Jupiter, cedar, nutmeg, anise, hyssop, clove. Mars, pine, basil, allspice, musk, coriander. Venus, rose, violet, vanilla, civet, ylang ylang. Mercury, mastic, fennel, dill, lavender, calamus. Moon, orris, camphor, jasmine, lemon, birch. Sun, cinnamon, galangal, ambergris, bay, olibanum. Now the elemental blends. So remember these very, very well. For fire, fire, coriander, basil, cinnamon, olibanum. Water, jasmine, birch, myrrh, nard. For air, galbanum, fennel, lavender, and mastic. And for earth, vetiver, verbena, dill, and rose. And rose. And rose. And what else we got? I think that's it. I have a one small other one, I guess. We're just going to roll with it. One last one. Taurus, musk, rose, carnation, honeysuckle, violet, saffron, and satinwood. Gemini, fresh sparkling colognes from a fresh flower base in preference to heady perfume essences, bayberry, mastic resin, sandalwood. For Cancer, you enjoy all fragrant leaves, all odorous vegetables, and most forms of tree and plant life, such as aloe, bay leaves, camphor, cedar, myrtle, cinnamon, sandalwood, and poppy. For Leo, red sandalwood, frankincense, camphor, cassia, and clove. For Virgo, all woodland and fruit perfumes, rather than sweet flowery ones. Bayberry, cinnamon, citron peel, red and yellow sander, mace, mystic resin. Libra, jasmine, musk, rose, violet, all mild perfumes, preferably from flower-based satinwood and sandalwood. Scorpio, all fragrances from odoriferous woods, pines, yucca, rosemary, cypress, briar roses, dogwood. Sagittarius, all odoriferous fruits, nutmeg, saffron, and clove. Capricorn, fragrance from all odoriferous roots, frankincense, couscous. Aquarius, all odoriferous roots, frankincense, pine, pepperwort. Clove, nutmeg, fragrance from all odoriferous fruits or exotic tropical flowers, such as those found in Hawaii. As far as sense and assuming the God form is concerned, this is an important way to leave this whole discussion. A more complex method of utilizing planetary sense is with the ritual known as the assumption of God forms. To perform this rite, the aspirant must first create the sacred circle as the working area. The modern magician then proceeds to create a vivid picture of a deity's characteristic appearance, attributes, symbols, and myths. This image is built in the mind, detail by detail, and is concentrated on while the god is invoked. Once again, the perfumes form an integral part of this image-building process. Once the picture is crystal clear in the mind's eye, the magician identifies with what he or she has pictured. These god forms represent great universal forces or currents, or aspects of cosmic life, but they also exist in the human mind. The great 20th century psychologist Carl Jung spoke of them as archetypes and reiterated their importance in the process of human development and maturation. Jung said that forms or images of a collective nature occur practically all over the earth and are expressed in myths and folklore. These archetypes well up from our subconscious as fundamental patterns of symbol formation. The importance is not found in the actual symbol, but in the possibility of connection to the deeper mind that it makes possible. Connecting with these powerful symbols helps us feel more whole and connected to the sacred source of life. Invoking these god forms through the ritual is done through the mimesis or imitation of the qualities of life events of these mythical figures. The ritual is the external form of an internal union or state of grace. It helps us break the barriers of the ego to experience something greater than ourselves. Once again, sense can be used to anchor these positive connecting experiences. Ta-da! I hope you enjoyed my lesson for today. I will try hard to bring other ones to you that are lots of fun, because on Dr. Zeero show, we have fun together. We have fun all the time. And you want to know a secret? I'm going to bring you more secrets. We're going to bring more secrets to my secret show. But you got to promote it, because nobody knows I exist, because I'm a secret. I can't promote myself. You have to promote me. You have to promote me all over the place. You got to post me. You got to post me in Facebook groups. You got to do all this stuff. You got to subscribe to my page. You got to make people know I exist. Okay. And I'll keep making more videos. Okay. Just me and you. Just right here. I'm going to count five to one, and we're going to go back. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well, that was a lot of fun, class. See you around, guys.
Hello, I must be going. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going. I'm glad I came, but just the same, I must be going.
For my sake, you must stay, for if you go away, you'll spoil this party I am throwing.
I'll stay a week or two, I'll stay the summer through, but I am telling you, I must be going.